it's kind of, it's
I gotta go
backwards,
this way.
Yeah. You can see Brian.
Okay, this is Gerri's story. Ethiopians say that they have 13 months of sunshine in their country. Their country is filled with the church history, tribal villages, and indescribable beauty. In the south, you'll still find tribes that wear plates in their mouth, with which they believe will enhance their beauty. The acacia tree beautifies the horizon. Many days of humidity are masked by cool breezes in Belize. The beauty of this country is seen in the coral reefs, the Mayan ruins, and the seashore. Iranian Jaya, Indonesia, is near the equator and experiences a warm tropical climate. One should not be surprised at the nudity in the rural mountain area and the beauty of the dance in the cities. In cold northern India, one can see the Himalaya mountains in the distance, contrasted by the swarm of multitudes in the busy cities. If you like spicy food, you'll love their cuisine. Are your bags packed? And do you have your passport in updated condition? Usually visas can be obtained in country, so you do not have to worry about that. Do you have anti-malarial medicine, Pepto-Bismol, Cipro, and motion sickness meds in your first aid kit? You might need to pack a long dress and headscarf along with capris in case they might be needed. Where will you go? She put down the travel brochure. The names seemed to swirl in her mind: Ethiopia, Belize, Indonesia, India. She was weary. Her days had been filled with activity, all good things. But she was too tired to think now. How long did she have to make a decision? Did she need to go now? Could it wait? Her mother was growing old, and this was her desire. One last big adventure. Heather sighed. She loved her mother, but these long trips always made her nervous. They took more energy to plan than she had, and she was at that age where it took longer to recover from these trips. But none of these places were easy. Why couldn't she have picked a safe place, Canada or even England? Heather knew the answer to that question. Each of those places held a part of her mother's life. Each held a secret, a piece of her history. She thought through her own hesitations. Was she afraid of encountering something or someone from the past that she was avoiding this trip? Heather looked at her calendar. There was no space or time to make this trip, and yet a still small voice nagged at her. Perfect love casts out all fear. Heather's heart melted as she realized how much she adored her dear old mom. Their personalities were so different, yet their devotion to each other never failed. Heather would much rather stay at home with her nose in a book and simply observe her mom's vacation photos on Facebook. And then she thought, who knows how long I'll have my mother? This really could be the last big adventure. Images of their travels flashed through her mind. Going to all these places had enlightened her escapes into literature. How unlike they were, and yet how much they needed and appreciated each other. Mom enthusiastically presented the big picture. She cast the vision, and Heather would work out the details. A perfect team. Heather found herself humming to the tune of Trust and Obey. Yes, that was Heather's mantra whenever she needed the courage to step out of her comfort zone and experience life in the Spirit, the abundant life that Christ promises. So, she picked up the phone and called her mom. Okay, I looked it all over. Where do you want to go first? Belize, her mom said. I want to go to Belize first. There's some great places there. We could stay at the Sailfish Resort right by the ocean. It looks beautiful in the picture, said Heather. I want to go to Lebanon. Okay, said Heather, looking through the brochure. Where is it? I don't see it in the brochure. I don't know yet, but that's where I want to go. Why do you want to go there? Asked Heather with a chuckle. You don't even know where it is? I know you love adventure, but even this is pushing it for you. Seconds passed. I want to find someone there, said her mom. Oh, really? Great. You got friends there? Can we stay with them? Trust and obey still hummed somewhere in the background of her brain. Her mom said, I don't know anyone, and I think it's a village, so I'm not even sure there is a place to stay. I thought you said, wait, I'm confused, said Heather. I want to go to Belize. Yes, Mom, we can go to Belize, but if you don't tell me something, give me a little more information. I can't get us there. I did something a long time ago, and I don't want to die without fixing it, her mom said, and sucked a big breath of air in. You're going to die? No. Well, yeah, someday, but that's not the point. Okay, well, what's the point again? Asked Heather. Her mom said, I don't know if... I want to find the son of a housekeeper who worked at the Dream Center in Belize City. Heather's head slowly lunged forward as a turtle exploring its space after being in retreat. Emilio was maybe 9 years old at the time, her mom continued. It was almost 40 years ago. I was coming to the end of a 2-month missions trip there when I noticed my watch was missing from the nightstand, she continued. It was out of my sight for less than 2 minutes. I went to the shower house to dry my towel, came back, and it was gone. I saw Emilio running from my building just seconds before I returned to my room. I knew it had to be him. So what happened? Heather continued, stretching her neck. Well, I confronted his mother, Esmeralda, and told her my watch was missing and that Emilio was the only person nearby who could have taken it. She insisted her son wouldn't do such a thing, and he continued to deny it. He continued to deny taking it after a long interrogation by the mission director. Heather's mom began to rub the band of her watch on her wrist, and her voice was noticeably quieter. I got back to the States 5 days later, and what do you suppose I found in my luggage? Your watch, Heather said indignantly. I know. And when I tried to call the Dream Center to let them know I found my watch, they told me Esmeralda and Emilio had left the Vision to return to their liminal village. I was never able to apologize for what happened, and I think my false accusation is what led Esmeralda to leave. I don't know if she was fired or if she quit, but I felt so horrible. I still do. After all these years, Mom, Heather's head began to retreat. Do you think you can find these people? I think we can certainly try and see what the Lord will do, her mom said, bowing her head. The end.